In the pursuit of inner peace, we often find ourselves searching for stability and resilience amidst life's constant uncertainties. The teachings of Stoic philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus have endured over centuries precisely because they address these universal struggles. Stoicism, a philosophy developed in ancient Greece and later refined in Rome, teaches that true peace doesn't stem from avoiding adversity, but rather from facing it with clarity, courage, and self-discipline. Its core tenets revolve around mastering our inner world, accepting what lies beyond our control, and focusing our efforts on virtuous living. This approach allows us to navigate life's inevitable challenges with grace, cultivating a sense of calm that remains intact, regardless of external chaos. Central to Stoicism is the belief that while we may not control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Our peace and happiness are not dependent on circumstances, but on the quality of our thoughts and actions. By practicing self-mastery, we can rise above impulses and reactive emotions, developing a steady mind capable of facing life's hardships without being overwhelmed. Stoicism teaches that our perceptions, judgments, and reactions ultimately shape our experience of the world. When we recognize the power we hold over our own minds, we unlock the ability to find peace, even when surrounded by turmoil. The following Stoic quotes, from some of the greatest minds in ancient philosophy, offer timeless wisdom for transforming our perspectives and habits. Each quote provides insights that are as relevant in today's complex world as they were in ancient Rome and Greece. These teachings guide us in shifting our mindset to focus on what truly matters: cultivating resilience, embracing courage, acting with integrity, and finding freedom in self-discipline. By reflecting deeply on these quotes, we gain tools for transforming our lives from within, building a resilient foundation of peace that no external force can shake. In a world often characterized by rapid change, stress, and uncertainty, these Stoic principles offer a pathway to steadying ourselves. Through the practice of viewing challenges as opportunities for growth, aligning our actions with virtue, and releasing attachment to things beyond our control, we lay the groundwork for a life of fulfillment and peace. The Stoic path to inner peace is not a promise of a life free from hardship, but a call to rise above hardship and cultivate a resilient, unshakable core. As you read through these Stoic quotes and explore their deeper meanings, consider how their teachings can serve as a source of guidance, helping you to create inner stability, harness the power of perspective, and build a life of enduring peace. 1. Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This quote is a fundamental Stoic teaching. Aurelius highlights that our inner world is the one domain we can truly control. By focusing on our thoughts, attitudes, and perceptions, we can cultivate resilience, despite the chaos or hardship we may face. Outside events like the behavior of others or life's unpredictable turns are beyond our influence, and thus not worth our distress. Finding inner strength, therefore, comes from recognizing that peace and stability are within our power when we choose to control our mindset instead of seeking to control external circumstances. This mindset shift reduces suffering because we're no longer dependent on external outcomes for happiness or stability. 2. Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This quote underscores the Stoic belief that peace is an internal state, determined by our response to events rather than the events themselves. Epictetus teaches that we often cannot change or prevent certain situations, but we can control our responses, choosing resilience over distress or calm over anger. This reactionary power means we have agency in every situation, allowing us to maintain inner equilibrium regardless of challenges. By focusing on constructive responses, we reduce emotional suffering and gain the ability to act with purpose rather than being reactive, helping us stay aligned with our values. 3. Seneca. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Here Seneca warns about the dangers of excessive worry and catastrophic thinking. Much of our suffering is self-inflicted by imagined fears, anticipated problems, and what-ifs that often never come to pass. By spending too much time worrying, we actually create suffering that's worse than the reality itself. Stoics encourage us to bring our thoughts back to the present moment, dealing with real problems rather than potential ones. This practice allows us to avoid needless anxiety and approach genuine issues with a calm, centered mind, thus minimizing unnecessary mental and emotional strain. 4. Marcus Aurelius. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. This quote speaks to the idea that we impose our own interpretations and judgments on events, which then create our emotional responses. Often things aren't inherently distressing, but our interpretation makes them so. By changing our perception, we can lessen or even eliminate the emotional pain associated with a situation. Aurelius reminds us that we have the power to revise our interpretation at any time, choosing to see events in a neutral or even positive light. This shift helps us cultivate peace and resilience, because we aren't subject to the whims of external events but instead can shape our experience by adjusting our view of them. 5. Epictetus. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Epictetus emphasizes that our primary responsibility is to take effective action in areas we can control while accepting things that lie beyond our influence. This is a call to focus on our efforts, behaviors, and decisions, and then surrender attachment to the results, which are often influenced by external factors. By focusing on our best effort and then releasing control over the outcome, we reduce frustration and cultivate a more peaceful state of mind. This acceptance doesn't mean passivity. Rather, it's an acknowledgement that peace comes from balanced effort and the wisdom to let go when needed. 6. Seneca. He who is brave is free. In Stoic philosophy, courage liberates us from fears that often hold us back or keep us trapped in anxiety. To be free, one must face life with bravery, stepping toward fears rather than avoiding them. This willingness to confront fear provides freedom from its grasp, as fear loses its power when we confront it with resolve. Seneca reminds us that bravery in accepting life's uncertainties brings inner peace, as we become free from the tyranny of fear. Through courage, we find the strength to live authentically and independently of external circumstances. 7. Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury, meaning, when wronged, a natural reaction may be to seek revenge, but Aurelius urges us to resist this impulse. By maintaining our integrity, we remain in control of our actions and character rather than letting another's behavior dictate our own. Becoming unlike the person who wronged us, choosing kindness over hostility, patience over anger, preserves our peace and dignity. Stoics believe that true strength and revenge come from self-mastery. Responding with grace rather than anger or retaliation prevents the situation from worsening and keeps us aligned with our values, fostering inner tranquility. 8. Epictetus. No man is free who is not master of himself. For Epictetus, true freedom comes from self-mastery. If we're controlled by our emotions, impulses, or external pressures, we're at the mercy of forces beyond our will, lacking control over our own lives. Stoicism teaches that by mastering ourselves, our reactions, thoughts, and desires, we gain a freedom that's independent of external events. This self-discipline helps us build a stable inner foundation, unshaken by circumstances, allowing us to experience genuine peace and autonomy. Epictetus highlights that self-mastery liberates us from dependencies on validation, pleasure, or fear, granting us freedom in any situation. 9. Seneca. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. This quote speaks to the value of living fully in the present, embracing each day as a complete experience rather than delaying joy or purpose. Stoicism encourages us to live intentionally, valuing each day as if it were a complete lifetime. Seneca reminds us not to squander the present by dwelling on the past or anxiously anticipating the future. By approaching each day as its own life, we cultivate presence, avoid regret, and bring mindfulness to our actions. This mindset promotes inner peace by anchoring us in the present, where life truly unfolds. 10. Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. In Stoic philosophy, our thoughts shape our experience. Marcus Aurelius points out that happiness and peace are deeply influenced by the nature of our thinking. Positive, constructive, and virtuous thoughts create a foundation for a fulfilling life, whereas negative or self-defeating thoughts lead to distress and dissatisfaction. Stoics advocate for cultivating an intentional mindset focused on gratitude, purpose, and resilience. By nurturing high-quality thoughts, we create a mental environment conducive to inner peace and joy, regardless of life's external challenges. Happiness, therefore, becomes a result of our disciplined inner life, rather than circumstances. In exploring these Stoic quotes, we uncover a timeless framework for finding inner peace through resilience, perspective, and self-mastery. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus remind us that peace is not found in the absence of challenges, but rather in how we respond to them. By focusing on what we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we free ourselves from the emotional strain of trying to control the uncontrollable. This understanding shifts us from reactive living to intentional living, where our choices and values define our experience rather than external events. At the heart of Stoicism lies a commitment to virtue, courage, and gratitude. Each quote provides a practical guide for fostering these qualities daily, whether it's learning to release resentment, seeing setbacks as opportunities for growth, or recognizing the power of our thoughts to shape our lives. Stoicism offers tools to build a grounded, peaceful mindset. Through its teachings, we learn to face life's ups and downs with calm acceptance and a resilient spirit, embracing the notion that hardship can be a catalyst for inner growth. Applying these Stoic principles empowers us to navigate modern life's stresses with greater clarity and strength. By embracing courage, setting boundaries, practicing gratitude, and choosing our responses thoughtfully, we create a life where peace is not dependent on circumstances. Instead, it becomes a cultivated state within us, shaped by our choices and outlook. This philosophy reminds us that inner peace is not a destination, but an ongoing practice, a commitment to viewing each day as an opportunity to live with intention, patience, and wisdom. As we carry these Stoic insights forward, they encourage us to live not just with a sense of peace, but with purpose and authenticity. In a world where so much lies beyond our control, Stoicism grounds us in what is truly ours to shape: the quality of our thoughts, the integrity of our actions, and the resilience of our spirit. Through these teachings, we learn that peace is within reach whenever we choose to align our lives with the wisdom of the Stoics. Like and subscribe for more.